Hello and greetings. My name is Carmen. Welcome to my life. This is Tyler. Welcome to his. Tyler, can you wave? You're not going to wave? He's looking at me looking crazy. Anyway, we've had an interesting few days. Today is October 1st. It's a Thursday. It's a beautiful day outside. And I'm going to turn the camera around that way. So there's our view. We have a nice view of the building across the way from us. So I guess you're wondering where we are. We were at Texas Children's Hospital in the Woodlands. And by the way, you see my little orange shirt peeking out. It's so cold in here. I had to go buy a long sleeve Texas Children's t-shirt. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So Tyler started feeling really, really bad and very whimpery, very whiny. And this was on Tuesday night, so that was the 29th, the evening of the 29th. He was very uncomfortable, very wiggly, could not get comfortable, just looked awful, looked like he felt rotten. And so I took several looks at his belly, but I took a look at his belly right before we left, and it looked awful. It was really big, really, really big. So I said, that's it, we're headed to the hospital. I threw just some basic things into a small suitcase, little pull-along suitcase, and threw him in the car, and we came down here. We were in the emergency room for probably, we got here at 11 o'clock at night, and we finally got to his room here probably about 12 hours later. So we spent the entire night in the emergency room. So hang on, bud, your arm is right behind me. So one of the things they did, several things actually, they did a urine test, which his urine is always going to be looking infected, but it's really not. That's kind of where he lives. They also did an x-ray of his belly to see, hey, is there an obstruction? Is there something going on we need to know about? The ER doctor came in and said, well, it doesn't look bad, but they couldn't rule out an obstruction. So that meant, my pillow's really weird. Sorry. That meant they were going to have to do a CT scan. To get the optimal pictures of what they needed to see, they were going to have to use IV contrast. Well, IV contrast is very difficult and very hard for most people on the kidneys. I'll say for most people, for some people. With Tyler here, he has stage 3 chronic kidney disease, and any insult to the kidneys could be really bad. So they consulted with the nephrology team or the renal team, the kidney team, the kidney specialists. And they pretty much said, the benefit of getting the CAT scan outweighed the risks, so they were willing to take the risk with his kidneys. So they gave him a lot of IV fluids, really tried to flush out his kidneys. And so we went for the CAT scan, and they noted that his intestine at the top of his stomach were really, really big, like this big around. And then as you got closer in, they got really small. So they weren't sure if there was an obstruction or not. He didn't feel good. He didn't look good. And also his blood tests showed that his kidney function was worse. So for those two reasons, well, probably more than that, but for those reasons, he was admitted to the hospital. So we've been here a couple of days now. We're on full day number 2, and that's what we're waiting on him to do, his number 2. So, life's bodily functions are at a standstill right now for him. One of the things they did when we got to the room was they put in a tube where his feeding tube goes, and basically pumped out everything that was in there. And once they did that, he settled down and he knocked out, and for good reason, because we had been up all night. It was miserable, but I tell you what, the care we've gotten here has been fantastic. They're taking really good care of him. Right now he's banging on me, I'm not sure why. He's got some IV fluids right there. There's his IV pump right there. Tonight, we are supposed to, this little guy is supposed to start on some trickle feedings. He's fed by tube, so they're going to start it very, very slowly to make sure his gut can handle dealing with it. So he's a rock star. So right before all this happened, our toilet overflowed in the master bathroom. It got into my closet, and we didn't realize how bad it was because we only thought like the first probably 2 or 3 inches of the carpet going into my closet was just wet, and that was all that got wet. And we're like, oh, okay, that's no big deal. We can put a fan on it. So we put a fan on it, went to sleep the night before, and when I'm getting Tyler ready to leave the house to come to the emergency room, I walked into my closet and it was completely wet. So it was actually worse than we initially realized. Then I walked into our daughter Emily's room and her carpet was wet. And it stunk like crazy, like mildew, basically. So we've got this hospitalization, and at the same time, my husband is home dealing with wet, mildewy mess and muck. The drywall has been affected. The carpet has been affected. Today, my husband said that the I love this. Aw, I love it when he plays with my hair. So today, my husband got into my closet and said, everything on the bottom rack of my closet has to be washed, has to be cleaned, dry cleaned or washed or laundered, however you want to say it. That's going to be fun. So I've been off work. So cute. I've been off work for the last 2 days. We'll be off work again tomorrow, which is Friday. And there's a little bit of stress going on in our lives. So if you do anything, if you pray, please pray for us. Please pray for this guy right here, first and foremost, because he's just a rock star. He's handling this like a rock star. He's had some really great nurses, some really great doctors around him. Keep playing, buddy. And we can't imagine our lives without him in it. So the stress is really getting to both of us, my husband and I. We're gonna be fine. It's just so stressful for everything to happen all at one time. So we covet your prayers. We need your encouragement, and we know everything's gonna be fine. We know this. It's just really hard. This mama's heart is just twisted up. So this is the face of a special needs mommy that's pretty stressed right now. So there you go. Welcome to my life. Nothing glamorous about it. As you can, I've got makeup on, I don't know if you can tell, and my hair is a hot mess. Can we not talk about the roots as I show them to you? So, you know, live your life, live it well, live it hard. Always tell those around you you love them. Tell them every day. So, also do me another favor. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the little ringer thing. I don't have fancy videos right now. I haven't gotten that far yet. And he wants me. Hey, baby. Hi. Hang on. I gotta tell him to put on the bell. And turn on that bell so you get notified of new videos. I'm gonna try to start posting more, and we'll see where this adventure takes us.